Hello and welcome. My name is Space Muffin, and this is the Void Playground. Today we have a wonderful episode for you today, one that was very well thought out and planned by everyone involved. So today's topic, guys, is TV shows based off movies. So specifically animated cartoons. Jumpman, let me ask you this. So you and I grew up kind of in the golden age of TV shows, or I guess movies that were turned into TV shows, right? And
Yeah.
like sometimes we have like generally how it goes is okay. So I'll give you an example, like The Mask. Have you watched The Mask with Jim Carrey?
Um, yes, I have actually. It's been a little while since I've seen it, but I have seen it.
Same here. You need to watch that movie again. But that movie is a classic, and at one point in time, that was the highest grossing movie based off of a superhero or based off of a comic book.
Right.
And a lot of people don't even know that The Mask was a comic book before it became, the Jim Carrey version of that movie, which everyone who grew up in the 90s knows that movie. It is, Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber are like the Jim Carrey like trilogy, of that year, 1994. But fun fact, they actually made an animated series based off of the movie.
Yeah, I am familiar with it. I've never actually watched it.
I'm currently watching it myself. They also made an Ace Ventura Pet Detective series and a Dumb and Dumber series. So three animated movies based off of Jim Carrey movies. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
What we're gonna say, Jumpman?
Oh yeah, I know when you said TV shows based on movies, well, up until you said the animated part, my mind immediately went to Stargate because I'm right now binge watching Stargate SG-1, which is a TV series based off the movie that came out prior.
Right. Yeah. So was Stargate a book before, or was it just strictly a movie first?
No, it was a movie.
Wow.
No, it was a movie that starred Kurt Russell and David Spade.
So there's isn't there like Stargate Atlantis as well and all that stuff?
Yeah. There's the original movie that starred Kurt Russell as Jack O'Neill, and then the first series to come out, which came out in '97, is basically Stargate SG-1 that ran for 10 seasons, like 216 episodes, and I think it's like one of the longest running science fiction shows.
This is where it gets confusing. So there is the movie Stargate.
Yes.
Okay, and then you're saying the series is based off of the movie.
Yeah. It sequels the movie. It's set a couple of years after the movie.
So, but there's also novels based off of the TV series. Is that correct?
I believe so.
So, like,
I haven't read any of them.
It kind of becomes one of those things where, like, you have things that are based off of other things that were based off of something else. So the Mask movie is based off of the Mask comic book, which is totally different from the movie. But they did make a comic book series based off of the TV show, which was based off of the movie, which is based off the comic book. So it just it kind of goes into this weird circle. Obviously, I think like the ones that come to mind, like the really popular ones, are like all the Disney ones, right?
Yeah.
We kind of touched on this in our episode where we talked about like animated stuff. But there's a Timon and Pumbaa, there was Little Mermaid, there was an Aladdin series, there was a Hercules series, which are all based off of the theatrical movies.
Yeah.
I believe Hercules is a prequel series, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. And then you had like one of the you had Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, right?
Oh yeah.
So that show was based off of. It's so bizarre, actually. That show isn't. It's kind of based off of Toy Story, but it's more like the origin, like the whole Buzz Lightyear. Kind of what's the word like? Okay, so actually, fun fact: that was a movie first. So there's Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, The Adventure Begins, and then there was the.
Well, the movie is basically the pilot to the series.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. But I did Tim Allen, he voiced for the movie, right?
I
But
think he did. Yeah, yeah. I think he did just for the movie.
then Patrick Warburton voiced him.
Warburton.
Warburton, yeah.
Yeah,
He voiced him in
that's right. That's right.
so a little interesting trivia there. Another interesting one. So like it's based off of Toy Story. So it's based off of all these things, but it's kind of cool because you get to see kind of
Yeah.
behind the scenes. In fact, in my opinion, and actually, okay, well, I haven't seen the new Chris Evans Lightyear movie. Have you seen that one?
Okay, I was about to ask you if you saw it. I'd seen it.
How did you feel about
Yeah,
Lightyear?
it was okay. It's a little bit of a disappointment because like they had so much material to go off of for the cartoon. Like you basically have to throw the cartoon out the window, basically,
How did you feel
before
about
watching
Chris
it.
Evans as Buzz Lightyear? Or it's like didn't work.
That was okay. I didn't have too much of a problem with it. I don't know why they didn't keep Tim Allen as Buzz, but
Literally makes
I
no
mean,
sense. Yeah.
it's whatever. Chris Evans was fine.
S-
Um,
so I got to like this TV series also spawned like a bunch of toys, right? So like okay, so I remember like collecting so many Buzz Lightyear toys, like just crazy,
yeah,
like silver Buzz Lightyear, and there's like a belt that he had in Toy Story 2. Um, and I believe they made a video game as well based off of Star Command for the
yeah,
PlayStation, Dreamcast, and Game Boy Color.
yeah. I I believe as far as Disney goes, though, I think of all the shows that Disney has done based on their movies, I think Lilo and Stitch was the most successful.
That's the one I didn't watch. That's the one show I didn't check out. Was
Yeah,
it?
which the series is really good. The Lilo and Stitch series is really good. Um,
Yeah, it
and
ran for.
it didn't run for terribly long, but it was
I mean,
highly received.
there's 39 episodes in the first season, 26 episodes in the second
Yeah,
season,
yeah.
plus the
It had
finale.
it ran for 2 seasons. But the interesting thing about the Lilo and Stitch franchise is that evidently it was very popular in Japan to where the Japanese basically made an anime series that sequels the Lilo and Stitch series.
Did they really? Wow, that's
Yeah,
kind
which
of,
which is set like years after the Lilo and Stitch series, and it centers on a Japanese girl that Stitch hangs around with.
oh yeah, I'm looking it up. Yeah, called Stitch. Wow, that is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's an anime. It's a legitimate anime.
That is insane.
Yeah, not yeah. I mean, unfortunately, the English dubs aren't the same voice actors, but it's like they're okay. I don't know.
Yeah, during the night, and I guess maybe a little bit in the 80s, we had a little bit of this, but like there's like so many like actually I'm just gonna look it up. Like you guys can probably hear my keyboard clicking.
Yeah. Well, Disney's been doing that for quite a while, making shows based on their movies. Even today, they're still doing it. I just don't know if it's as prevalent, but that may be because I'm older now versus
I,
back then.
I totally forgot that I mean, I knew that Jimmy Neutron was obviously
Yeah,
a movie first, but like it just kind of
yeah,
slipped my mind because that was
yeah,
actually
yeah. I was gonna bring up Jimmy Neutron. I just figured we'd stick on Disney for a while
yeah. There's
because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of Disney shows that are based on Disney movies.
All Dogs Go to Heaven had a series.
Yeah, they did. I
What?
never watched it, but I vaguely remember that.
Alienators Evolution Continues. It's based off of the Evolution movie that came out.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
what?
even like um, Tangled has a animated series, had an animated series as well.
Oh, did it
Um,
really?
yeah, Tangled did. Yeah, it was a cartoon. I think it ran for 2 seasons. I didn't really watch it. I mean, like I said, I think as someone older, it just didn't appeal to me as back in the '90s, early 2000s.
For those of you who
But
are Evil Dead fans, Ash versus Evil Dead is based off of Army of Darkness. It's really good. It's live action. It's basically like a sequel to Army of Darkness.
yeah,
What else do they
um,
have that's interesting?
Another notable, actually, one current notable one that Disney did is Big Hero 6. There's a Big Hero 6 series.
Oh, is it pretty good?
Oh, it's actually really good. It's I feel like it's a little underrated, but it's really good. It's the people that did the Big Hero 6 animated series are the people behind Kim Possible.
Oh wow, Kim Possible was a really great series. So
Yeah.
kind of going back to like the like stuff we grew up with. Did you ever watch the Back to the Future series?
Yes, actually, I have the Back to the Future series on Blu-ray, part of the 25th anniversary collection.
You watched the animated series of Back to the Future?
Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray.
That is insane, Jumpman. That is crazy. How'd you feel about the animated series?
It's interesting. There's some good episodes in there. It's an all right series. The voice actor, interestingly enough, the voice actor that voices Michael J. Fox and or that voices Marty McFly in Back to the Future series, he does the voice of Danny Phantom later on.
Oh, that's really interesting, actually.
Yeah,
What else did they have? They had
trying to man, TV shows based on movies.
they had
Yeah,
Clerks.
Jimmy Neutron. I really love Jimmy Neutron. That's like
Yeah,
my top favorite
yeah,
Nickelodeon show.
Jimmy Neutron was really good. Dark
Let's
Crystal.
see.
Dark Crystal had multiples. They had the Dark Crystal, the Age of
Yeah,
Resistance, and then the new show. What else do they have? How to Train Your Dragon.
yeah, that's right. How to Train Your Dragon. That series is pretty good.
They made an
I think.
Exorcist animated or TV series. That's weird.
uh, Um, as far as DreamWorks it goes, I know. Yeah, there's quite a few shows based on DreamWorks films. Like How to Train Your Dragon was a series. Kung Fu Panda has two series actually. They
So
had one. They had a Kung Fu Panda series that's set between the first and second film that came out on Nickelodeon, and most recently they have a new Kung Fu Panda series out on Netflix that's set after the third Kung Fu Panda film.
they made Fievel's American Tail, which is an animated series based off of obviously an American
Yeah,
Tail.
yeah.
Um, they made a
Um,
Friday animated series. They made a like it's so random. Like
there's a Land Before Time animated series apparently too.
that is there's like a Godzilla, but like it's based off the 1998 film. Like that is so weird. I watched a couple episodes of that one.
It's um. Oh yeah, Disney just announced recently that they are working on a Princess and the Frog series
Oh wow.
based on their Disney film. It's just called Tiana.
Yeah,
So,
some of these like didn't stick, like The Legend of Tarzan, based off of the 1999 Tarzan movie.
oh yeah,
Um, I mean, obviously, I like a lot of these. Oh my goodness, like The Mask. I'm watching The Mask right now. It is actually really good, believe it or not.
yeah. I'm currently binge watching Stargate, so that's why that Stargate came to mind when you first brought up the topic.
They made Men in Black the series. I'm just kind of like going down the line. So let's talk about Ninja Turtles real quick. So Ninja Turtles kind of has a similar origin to or not a similar origin, similar like kind of story to something like The Mask because it was originally a comic book, right?
Well, yeah, it was a comic book, then a TV series.
But it does the same thing where like if you look at the Mask comic book, it is violent, it is he's definitely a villain. But then you look at the Mask TV series, he's more of a, or the Jim Carrey version, he's more of a hero. Ninja Turtles kind of does the same thing where the turtles aren't villains per se, but it's more dark, basically, if that makes any
Right.
sense. So that's kind of interesting. Like they maybe felt in the '90s that you know make things a little bit more lighthearted. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. They made two of them. They made a live action and an animated one.
Right.
A movie based off of a video game. Sorry, a TV series based off of a video game that's based off of a movie based off of a video game. Uh,
Uh,
Beetlejuice. Yeah, that was good. I think I mentioned that one. Oh, Ozzy and Drix. Did you ever watch that show growing up?
Ozzy. Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah, based on Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I've heard of it. I didn't watch it.
kind of. I've watched a couple episodes. It was interesting. Um, wow, this is so random. Planet of the Apes series. Okay, so Power Rangers Turbo was based
Well,
off of Turbo, a Power Rangers movie.
okay.
That is so interesting.
Huh.
Um, Rambo and the Forces of Freedom. What? Are you serious? They made a Rambo animated TV series.
I didn't know that.
What?
What?
Okay, speaking of which, actually, you know what? What the biggest one is, in my opinion, that we haven't even talked about yet?
What's that?
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a lot of Star Wars TV shows now that fall in that category.
That's true. Rapunzel, Tangled Adventure. Oh, hey, did you ever watch
Yeah.
the real Ghostbusters?
No, I haven't. I know of it, but I haven't.
That one ran for 7 seasons, so like it must have been.
Oh wow, I didn't know it ran that long.
Yeah, so there was season 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's Slimer,
Yeah,
and then there's
yep,
5, 6, and 7.
yeah. More. I know Maurice LaMarche does the voice of Egon Spengler for the series.
Wow.
Oh
And
man, yeah,
a part of it, then they made, of course, Extreme Ghostbusters. But like a part of this, like, is like people want to see more, but it's almost like these shows kind of take place in their own thing, if that makes any sense.
yeah,
Except for like Star. I think some of them, like, you know, like with Star Wars, they try to keep it within the continuity, if that makes any sense.
right.
Um, RoboCop the animated series. What? And then they made another RoboCop series, and then another RoboCop series, and then Prime Detective. Wow, that is so random.
Yeah.
Um.
It's kind of. I
Okay.
always thought in my mind that there would be more movies based on TV shows than TV shows based on movies. But now it's kind of 50-50. I'm starting to realize.
Well, like they made a. Okay, so Star Wars, yeah. So there's Star Wars droids, Ewoks, the Clone Wars, the second series that they did,
Yeah.
Rebels, Resistance, The Bad Batch, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett. Okay, so
Yep.
basically everything
Ahsoka.
except
Ahsoka
yeah,
that we just
Ahsoka.
talked about. Talked about
Um,
last week.
Street Fighter was based off of Street Fighter the
Well,
movie, which is based off of
well
the game. It's so random.
uh,
Hey, do you remember Stuart Little?
yes. Yeah, I've seen the live action films. Yeah. Th- They made it. I think they made an animated, didn't they? Or
They
I don't
did.
know.
They did 13 episodes.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember that. I never saw it, but I vaguely remember that.
So, do you know what one no one talks about? Well, I guess no one would talk about it, but that would be the Tron series that's coming out. Or sorry, that came out.
Yeah,
That came out. Sorry, that came
yeah,
out.
yeah. It came out. Yeah, it came out. Yeah, I think I watched like the first episode of it out of curiosity, and then I just kind of lost interest.
People
I don't know.
say that it was mostly kind of positive, but like a lot of Tron fans don't really like it.
Yeah, I think the series is supposed to be like a prelude to Tron Legacy.
Wow. Yeah, and then of course there's the Young Indiana Jones, of course. Wolf Creek. So many random ones. So okay, let's look. Let's just flip the script. Let's see. So movies based on TV series.
We look up information so you don't have to.
I'm just curious. Okay, there actually is a ton of movies based off of TV. but it's actually not as
Yeah, yeah,
much as you.
movies based on TV. Yeah,
But it's actually not as much as you'd think. So a lot of them are straight to TV. I mean, I guess obviously there's the anime, stuff, and there's like the animated stuff, but a lot of live action. Um,
yeah.
like
There's plenty of movies based on TV shows out there.
so like for example, like 21 Jump Street, the 2012 one, that was
Yeah,
based off the show.
but I mean, you
Uh,
could talk about all like the Star Trek movies.
that's true. That is true.
You could talk. Nickelodeon has had several movies based on their shows. Like you could talk about the Rugrats movies. There's three of them. SpongeBob. There's like three of those movies now.
So let's talk about Rugrats. We're gonna take a little detour for Rugrats. Okay, like of the Rugrats movies, which one do you like the best?
I would have to say Rugrats in Paris.
I,
The
I would
second
agree
one.
with that one. I would actually have to
I think
agree
that's
with
what
that one.
most people believe.
Well, when
Because I
you
think it's like the best rated. It's like the highest rated one. I
well,
think.
okay, so I mean, 8 years old when this movie came out. Rugrats in Paris was. I mean, you had the killer soundtrack, right? You
Yeah.
had just kind of like a really interesting story dealing with Chucky, and like kind of that thing.
Yeah.
Um, I gotta watch that movie again. Like that movie was actually really great.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, and having like an actual antagonist in the movie,
Right, right.
that was new territory for Rugrats, just because Rugrats has never actually had an antagonist before, and
Yeah,
not in
no,
that kind of sense.
yeah, and then the third one was the Wild Thornberry one, right?
Yeah, the third one's the crossover with Wild Thornberries, which that was fun. I remember being very excited to see that because
I
I love both those shows, Wild
I have
Thornberries and Rugrats.
actually, I mean, like I watched a few episodes of the Wild Thornberries, but I've actually never seen the movie with the Rugrats.
Oh yeah, no, the movie's fun. That I mean the songs are all right. Bruce Willis as Spike is the highlight of the movie.
Oh wow, really?
Like they marketed the heck out of that Bruce Willis as Spike. I remember before the movie came out.
Wow,
Yeah, because
that's
Eliza could
hilarious.
talk to animals and Spike's a dog, so there's like interaction between Eliza and Spike.
Batman. That's crazy. They made all these Batman movies based off of the Adam West series.
Yeah, yeah. There's the 1960s Adam West Batman movie
Well,
with the shark bat shark repellent.
they actually made like okay, so they made Batman 1966. The next movie in the Adam West Batman series was in 2003. And it's a biographical movie. And then they
Okay.
made the direct to video kind of animated ones.
Yeah, that I heard about.
So that's kind of interesting.
And
I've
I
never
and I think that direct to video animated film came out. I think it came out after Adam West passed away. Like that was like he recorded his lines for that movie before he passed away.
Did you ever watch Ben 10 growing up?
Ben 10. I've known of it. I've not actually watched it. I probably should watch it. But
Very
I was never really big on Cartoon Network. Growing up, I always was drawn towards Nickelodeon and Disney Channel.
Yeah, so Ben 10, not to be confused with Ben X, but Ben 10, the animated series, extremely popular. I mean, it's gone on
Yes.
for
Yeah.
like so many like seasons, and I have yet to really see an episode. But they have movies based off of those ones, which apparently are
Oh yeah.
pretty decent.
Yeah.
Um,
There's even let's see. There's a Hey Arnold movie as far as Nickelodeon movies are concerned.
oh yeah, that's right. Harold was a really good show, actually.
Yeah, and then they revived it for another movie that came out on Netflix, the Jungle movie. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it came out like in 2018,
Wow.
like which was actually meant to be the official series finale.
So
because the show ended on a cliffhanger,
It
and it
did.
was supposed to lead into the movie that we finally got.
They have. I'm just looking at Detective Conan. Like, I mean, that series has gone on for I don't know, like over 800 episodes.
Oh yeah.
That is
Um,
insane.
it's
Like, where do you
yeah.
start?
There's
What do you? Oh no, okay. There's 1,099 episodes of Detective Conan. It's like, really, people? Like, who has the time for that? You get
I mean, people have the time for 1,000 plus episodes of One Piece.
that's
Oh yeah,
true.
and then there's a lot. Now there's a live action One Piece series on Netflix.
Yeah, have you watched that?
Yes, I actually did. It's. Oh, I've actually never watched the anime. My roommate loves One Piece, and he believes he and I both think the show's really good. So, I
Oh,
guess if
good.
you've watched One Piece or never had seen the One Piece, it's good.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at all the case closed like movies. Like, this is insane. And then what else is there? We have Charlie's Angels. They made that. That was based off the Charlie Angels in the
Yeah.
70s.
Oh.
Um, here's an interesting one. So there's Chippendales Rescue Rangers.
Oh yeah, Chip. Yeah, they because the live action
Then
Chip
they
and
made,
Dale
yeah, the
film.
new one. Yeah, the one in 2022.
Oh man, wait, man, we could have a whole discussion just on that film.
I have yet to see it. Was it pretty good or no?
It is worth checking out. It's almost like the live action. I don't know. You're either gonna really like it or really hate it because it it. I think it's a little bit of a disappointment for like the Chippendale Rescue Rangers fans because it's not really a movie based on the Chippendale Rescue Rangers. It's more like Chippendale are actors that played the roles,
Oh,
and
interesting.
yeah, so it the Chippendale Rescue Rangers live action film is almost like a spiritual sequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That is kind of sad. And yeah, it's just kind of
It's
sad
it's
actually.
it's it's interesting. It's very meta. It make there's a lot of observational humor, meta humor.
So here's an interesting, like, I mean, it's just interesting to me because it's like, you know, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, man. Like, you know what I mean? JD, how you doing, man?
JD, uh-oh. Can you not hear us?
I don't know if he's with us.
Uh-oh. We see you, buddy.
Oh, okay, all
Oh,
right.
he's gone. He disappeared on us.
Poor
Anyway,
JD list
uh,
disappeared. I mean, I might check it. I might not, dude. You know, it's kind of
it's worth
you know
checking
what?
out. There's
You
so
want to
many
really? I don't know. What were you
um
gonna say?
so the thing about the live action Chip and Dale film is there are so many cartoon cameos, kind of basically like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And there's even like Ugly Sonic. They even have like not the live action Sonic that we got in the movies, but the ugly one, the horrific one from the original trailer. Like that Sonic is in the
I,
movie.
I don't know if I can watch it now. So we're gonna go over a list of ones that you guys might a list of movies that you might not even know were actually based off of TV shows. So The Equalizer, with Denzel Washington, based off of the 1985 TV show. Mission Impossible,
Oh, I
obviously,
was about to say that.
yeah, based off the TV show. Dukes of Hazzard, the two movies that they released based off the show. Here's an interesting movie. Now, kind of going past that, Jumpman, have you watched DuckTales the movie?
Yes, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Um, so for whatever reason, that movie is like hard to find.
Huh.
Are you
Having
talking
said
about
that,
the one Treasure of the Lost of the Lost Lamp?
yes, they did release it on Disney Plus. But
Yeah.
they say that the plot is very similar to Aladdin. Some people would say. I have yet to see it. But DuckTales is one of those like legendary like franchises where. How'd you feel about the new series, Jumpman? Have you seen the new DuckTales series?
Oh yeah. No, that the new revival series of DuckTales, that is really good. Definitely worth watching.
I've watched. How many episodes are they in now, or how many seasons?
Oh no, the show ended. The show ended a few years ago. But it ran for I think it ran for 3 seasons.
I think I only watched the first season, like the Disney XD ones.
It's really good. There's definitely a lot of fan service for the fans of DuckTales, and a lot of the other Saturday morning cartoons as well. Because the revival of DuckTales even crosses over into the other shows like Tailspin and Goof Troop.
So
and Darkwing Duck, we also yeah.
Here's one. Okay, we were talking about Fairly Odd Parents. How'd you feel about the 3 Fairly Odd Parents movies that were released?
Oh, oh my god, the live action ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I have actually seen all 3 of them. The first one I actually enjoyed. I know there's a lot of hate on those movies.
Yeah.
But the first one, I appreciated what they did with the first one because the concept was very intriguing to me. I liked it for what it was. The second one I did not like at all. The third one was very meh. It's like the first one's the only one that matters to me.
JD.
I forgot Drake Bell was in that one. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was such a disaster for me.
JD.
Well, this was before Drake Bell. We know, his life. That was before his life choices that we won't probably not get into.
That's true.
I saw this before when it came out.
So I think we would be. I think it would be criminal if we didn't mention the Flintstone movies.
Oh yeah, the Flintstone.
So there was The Man Called Flintstone, 1966. The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones, 1987. And then straight up the live action one in 1994, same year as The Mask, right? Yep. It was a serviceable but not as good Flintstones and Viva Rock Vegas.
Right, yeah.
If you live in Vegas, you need to watch the movie, JD. The Flintstones on the Rocks. And of course, like who could forget the Flintstones and WWE Stone Age SmackDown, which was released on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD. And that was the last one. But I don't know, like of the Flintstones movies, Jumpman, like which one gives you the most nostalgia?
Well, I would say the original live action one is very nostalgic for me. Although Jetsons Meet the Flintstones, as far as animation goes, that one I really enjoyed either. Like that was,
if you haven't seen The Man Called Flintstone, like you definitely need to check that one out if you're a Flintstones fan.
Yeah,
it was. Really
Jetsons also had a movie as well.
They did, yes.
Yeah, it was very like environmental.
That's kind of interesting. Of course, Futurama with the we talked about we've talked ad nauseum about the Futurama stuff.
Yeah, those are straight to DVD movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's look up some more weird ones. Let's see. George of the Jungle.
Do you guys talk about the Scooby-Doo movies?
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, we're gonna get to those, but first, Jumpman.
Okay, what's up?
A Goofy movie and an extremely Goofy movie were both based off of Goof Troop. Did you ever watch that series?
Goof Troop, I've watched a handful of episodes. I've seen a Goofy movie and an extremely Goofy movie. I enjoyed both those movies.
If you enjoyed those two movies, you need to watch Goof Troop. Goof Troop it's legendary at this point.
Oh yeah, no, it's a classic. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I'm about to like grab the whole series. Oh, and it's on Disney Plus, I think.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but yeah, 78 episodes of just greatness.
Goof Troop.
Okay, there's okay, let's keep going. We're gonna skip Hannah Montana. We're gonna skip He-Man.
We should talk about Scooby Doo though.
We are gonna talk about Scooby Doo. Okay, because that's a big one. That is the big one. But before we talk about Scooby Doo, JD, how do you feel about Jackass?
I watched the first one. It was okay.
I
didn't watch any other ones.
Okay, so
I have no interest.
I am a pretty big Jackass fan.
Okay.
I would say it peaked at Jackass number 2, and then 3D was okay, and then number 4 was just kind of like, we're doing a fourth one. We talked about Jetsons. Justice League Unlimited had one. Kim Possible. So Kim Possible, in my opinion, is... I mean, you had Kim Possible Stitch in Time, great. Then you had So the Drama, but then you had the live action one. I haven't seen the live action one. How'd you feel about the live action one?
I saw the live action one. It's kind of meh. I mean, they do some things that are interesting. I definitely like the casting choice for Draken and Shigo in the live action film. The child actress they got to play Kim Possible, I felt was a little too young, and then they definitely changed some things around to make it more, I guess, modern and like for what I guess they didn't want to make Kim Possible a cheerleader. I don't know. I guess it's too sexualized or something. So she's like into soccer, and somehow soccer translates into crime fighting.
Kim Possible is one of those series that I just wish had went on a couple more seasons. But you know what? We got 4 great seasons of Kim Possible.
Yeah,
so.
we were lucky to get the 4th season, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were going to end it with season 3. So the drama movie was intended to be the series finale.
Oh, interesting.
But fan petitions ended up working out, and they got picked up for season 4, which basically followed Kim and Ron's senior year.
So we were talking about Lilo and Stitch earlier. I guess there's a Kim Possible Lilo and Stitch crossover.
Oh, there's a crossover with that show, The Proud Family, Recess.
Oh my goodness.
And American Dragon. And American Dragon.
Oh my god, I remember that show.
Which show?
The American Dragon and all the shows.
Yeah, American Dragon is a good one. Yeah, Dante Bosco does the voice of Jake Long in American Dragon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Dante Bosco. Prince Zuko and Avatar, and
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people know Dante through Zuko, but
yeah,
do you guys know him
also
through
as Rufio? And Hook.
Yes, I knew the Rufio through Hook.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. I actually have a really interesting story involving American Dragon since we're on this topic. I actually got to meet Dante Bosco and Mae Whitman, who do the voice of Jake Long, and Mae Whitman does the voice of the Hunts Girl. I actually had them sign an American Dragon Jake Long poster that they both just freaked out over.
Wow.
Do you have it? Show the audience.
Yeah, I guess I better. But it's actually crazy because Dante Bosco, even because he was so thrilled from it that he actually video recorded me with it, and it's on his podcast. It's on his Instagram.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so if you look at Dante Bosco's Instagram, if you look in there hard enough, you'll find me for like a second or two in a video that he uploaded.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Show the audience the poster.
For those of you who
Yeah.
are on YouTube, look at
Yeah.
that. Oh my goodness. Little oh, I see
Little
that. I
farther.
see him.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, let's see.
Back out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there might be a
there
bit
you
of a
go.
glare.
Yeah, there's
it is a bit of a glare.
pretty serious glare for those of you who are on YouTube. But for
Yeah.
those of you who are on Spotify, thank you. For those of you who are on Apple, thank you. And Google. So,
Yeah.
guys, before we get to Scooby Doo, it would be criminal, like borderline illegal, for us not to talk about Pokemon. JD, I checked out after like Pokemon Forever.
Catch them all.
What was the last animated one I watched?
There's
Hold
so many of them. There's Heroes. There's Jirachi's Wish. There's Destiny. Oh, I remember like Pokemon 2000. Like was that the one where you go to Burger King and you get like those like little like golden Pokemon cards?
Yes.
Dude, Pokemon 2000 was crazy, dude.
That was wait. Was it the first one or was it?
No, the
I
first one
remember.
was called Pokemon, the first movie.
Either it was the 2000 or was the first one that had the gold one.
And then there was Pokemon 3, and then they had Pokemon. So there's Pokemon 2000. This is when everything was like 2000, like everything, like Dracula 2000. You had Heavy Metal 2000. You had like everything was 2000 in the year 1999 and 2000. So that was kind of, you had Fantasia 2000, right? Like. Yeah, but then you had Pokemon Forever, and then they kind of like stopped with the puns after that because it became too difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like for those of you who are Pokemon fans and still watching the movies, let us know like if they've gotten better over the years or worse.
I stopped at Arceus, the Arceus one.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Arceus Jewel of Life.
Interesting. I think that one has Regigigas in it. I think the Giratina one also has Regigigas in it. I could be wrong though.
There's Rise of Darkrai, Giratina, and then after that, it was the last one I watched was Arceus, the Jewel of Life.
So, guys, the rest of this podcast is about to turn into a Scooby-Doo podcast. So, for those of you who wish to check out now, you're more than welcome to. All right.
Apparently, Space Muffin hates Scooby Doo.
No.
I know, right?
No, it's quite the opposite, actually. So Scooby-Doo is one of those franchises that is transgenerational, right? You have the original Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? You know, but then you also had, oh goodness, you had like okay, actually, let me like Wikipedia this. Hold on.
Man, we could do a whole podcast just on Scooby Doo.
The Scooby Doo show.
Well, you also had
a pup named Scooby Doo.
Yeah, a pup named Scooby Doo was really good.
Yeah, it's here. There's a Mystery Incorporated, Scooby Doo, and Guess Who.
We're gonna have to do a whole Scooby Doo podcast like at some point because there's
so much. Yeah.
But as far as the movies are concerned, so the TV series, you had the original run, then you had the new Scooby Doo movies, as we were talking about. A Pup Named Scooby Doo was really good. I really like that series. Going back to the movies. Okay, so we had the
live action ones.
No.
Oh, we're not going to talk about the live action Scooby Doo films.
No, we're going to talk about the live action Scooby Doo movies. But first, we got to talk about Scooby Doo Goes to Hollywood.
Oh, I haven't seen that one in a while.
Okay, so Scooby Doo Goes to Hollywood was released in 1979. John Man, have you seen this one?
I don't think so. Not that one.
Okay. So the next one, I know you've seen this one. Scooby Doo Meets the Boo Brothers.
Yes.
Yes, classic.
Scooby Doo Meets the Boo Brothers is like genuinely amazing. Like honestly.
Yeah. I actually have a new Scooby Doo movies, they call it. I have like a collection on DVD.
That one's really good. The vibe was really good where you just got Scooby and Scrappy and Shaggy. So that was like kind of cool. Of course, you had Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School.
Uh-huh.
Another good one. Scooby Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf was kind of interesting to me. Didn't like it as much as Scooby Doo and the Werewolf. Here's where things get interesting. Jumpman, how'd you feel about Scooby-Doo in Arabian Nights?
Don't know. I don't know if I've seen that one.
Okay, so
Have I seen that one? I don't know.
I think like
I
the
haven't
first...
seen every Scooby Doo. I've not seen every Scooby Doo ever made. That'd be a lot.
Okay, I think those first 5 movies were kind of, they were good, but I don't know. It was nothing in comparison to kind of like, a Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Zombie Island was good.
Well, the Zombie Island is the first of a series of ongoing DVD movies.
Right. So they had Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. So we're going to talk about that one first. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island was just really good. The twist and turns was great.
Yeah. That was the one. That was the first movie to have Billy West voice Shaggy.
Oh, was it really?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
after
I gotta
the original
rewatch it.
voice actor passed away.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Then we had Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. In my opinion, Scooby-Doo and the
Also
Witch's
a good
Ghost
one.
wasn't as good as Zombie Island, but still, obviously you have the Hex Girls music, really great. Scooby-Doo and I think like kind of they kind of got worse because like Alien Invaders, like
I didn't
kinda-
like Alien Invaders that much.
I didn't like it as much, even though a lot of people like it better than the Witch's Ghost. Then you have Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. Scooby-Doo and the
That
Cyber
one's a
Chase.
personal
I like it.
favorite.
That was good.
Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, in my opinion, was not as good as Zombie Island, but I think it's better than Alien Invaders for sure.
Yeah, there's a couple of interesting factoids I know about Cyber Chase. Cyber Chase was the first Scooby-Doo movie to have Greta Lyle Griffin voice Daphne
Was it really?
after the original voice actors passed away. It was also the last movie done by both Hanna and Barbera, or like, because I think one of them had passed away just prior.
Wow, that's very interesting, actually.
Yeah, so there's a couple interesting factoids behind that movie.
So speaking of interesting factoids, Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred Jones, Jumpman.
It was fine. I had no problem with it. I mean, the casting I thought for the live action Scooby-Doo films was pretty good. I thought it.
I
And
can agree.
Matthew Lillard. I mean, that was how Matthew Lillard became the official voice of Shaggy.
Yeah,
Was the live action films.
Matthew Lillard was very great.
Yeah, like he took over the role of Shaggy after Billy West.
So look, the Scooby-Doo live action movie, some people love it, some people hate it. I think it's tough. I liked it. I thought it was kind of a fun one. Speaking of fun ones, Jumpman.
Yes.
Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire.
Scooby-Doo Legend. I can't recall. I might have seen that one. I can't recall it off the top of my head.
The Monster of Mexico. How do you feel about that one?
I don't even know if I've seen every Scooby-Doo DVD movie.
Okay, so if that's the case, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, the second in the live-action series. Okay, JD, I personally thought it was, like I didn't, because I wasn't taking it seriously. I kind of was able to enjoy it, but I don't know, JD, what like you sound like you've had some traumatic experiences with this movie.
No. As a kid growing up watching that movie, it was really good. But now as an adult watching it, I'm just like, I like the other ones better.
As an adult, the movie is depressing. Yes.
Yeah. Number 2,
I
could do without number 2.
I thought Monsters. I have a different opinion. I feel like Monsters Unleashed is better than the first one.
Really?
I thought.
Really?
Well, the first one, I felt like the first one really screwed up Shaggy. Not Shaggy. Screwed up Scrappy. There you go.
Oh, okay.
I did not like that Scrappy Doo was the antagonist. The first one really bothered me for that reason.
Interesting. Very interesting.
It was a really good plot twist, though.
Yeah, it was a good plot twist, but it bothered me.
So why did it bother you?
Because Scrappy is not supposed to be a bad guy.
He's really not.
He shouldn't be. He's got no reason to be. The reason why I like the second one though is because of getting to see all the past villains in live action.
That is pretty
all
cool.
the classic.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So the second one just felt like it represented what Scooby-Doo what should be, because the first one had.
Oh, man, you're breaking up.
First one had, yeah. The first one, another one I had an issue was that was the first one was like the whole gang broke up at the beginning of the first movie.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I don't know. I didn't really like the idea of them just breaking up like that and then just coming back together. Or I don't know. In the second one, they were actually together throughout the whole movie, and I don't know. It just felt more representative of the series as a whole.
Okay, Jumpman, I believe is Jumpman's video out for you, JD?
It's just a little fuzzy. Sorry.
Okay. So moving forward, they were gonna make a third movie. They decided not to.
Yeah.
And okay, so we're gonna do rapid fire. Have you seen it? Have you not seen it? Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster.
Seen it.
Oh yeah, are you talking about the live action ones that Cartoon Network did?
No. This is the animated one.
Animated one. Came out in 2004.
Okay, no, I haven't.
Aloha Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Where's My Mummy?
No.
I can't think of the titles off the top of my head. Like I have to.
The infamous.
Look it up.
The infamous Scooby-Doo Pirates Ahoy.
Haven't seen that one.
I may have seen that.
We all need to sit down and watch that movie together, and then do a whole podcast on that.
Okay, let's do a watch party.
Chill Out Scooby-Doo.
I think I've seen that one.
Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King.
I think I've seen that one too.
Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword.
Seen that one.
So hey, here's a
I think I've seen. Yeah.
Okay, so here's a live action one. Scooby-Doo: The Mystery Begins. I have not seen it. Jumpman, how'd you feel?
It was okay for what it was. The design of Scooby-Doo was a little more faithful to the cartoon, maybe a little too faithful. I don't know, but there's some. It's interesting seeing how they all met.
Perhaps one of the most underrated movies of all time, Scooby-Doo Abracadabra. JD?
I have not seen it. Nope.
I've seen that one. I remember.
How'd you feel
about
that?
The Samurai Sword is the last one I've seen.
Okay, so we're gonna skip all the other Scooby-Doo movies because there is a ton of them, guys. Like there is a.
Yeah. Well, the most recent. Maybe we could just talk about the most recent one that came out, Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2, which is the Justice League Scooby-Doo crossover.
Actually, okay, we're going to talk about that in a second. But first, Scooby-Doo and the WWE Curse of the Speed Demon.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Okay, real quick, there was not the live action movie, but I think it was just called Scoob.
Came
out in 2020.
Yes. Yeah, that's the animated film that came out. Yeah.
How did you feel about that one?
I thought it was okay. They were definitely trying to set up like their own like animated cinematic universe of Hanna-Barbera properties. That's what Scoob was meant to do.
Was meant to do. I see what you did there, Jumpman.
That was not intended.
Okay, so there's the Justice League one. Which one is this?
There's Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2. That's the most recent animated DVD film that came out. It just came out like less than a month ago.
Oh wow.
And it's literally a Scooby-Doo gang going to Metropolis trying to find out what happened to the Justice League.
Well, that's interesting because they made like a Batman one, Scooby-Doo, Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah. I mean, they did Scooby-Doo meets Batman way back in the 70s.
Hey, did you ever watch? Did you ever watch Daphne and Velma, that live action one that came out in 2018?
I had no interest in it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Let me see, like how the reviews were. Okay, they also made a sequel to Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo Returns to Zombie Island. I had no idea. Just found out about this.
Really?
I've known of it. I haven't seen it.
We're gonna have to watch it, Jumpman. We're gonna have to watch it. So. Yeah, a lot of people apparently like Daphne and Velma. I'll have to check it out. Moving forward. So look, guys, we do have to go soon, but Jumpman, here's the thing, okay?
Yes.
And this is Scooby Doo. Like your parents probably watched Scooby Doo when they were kids, right?
Oh yeah.
You know,
sure.
so it's one of those franchises that I think they need to like.
Actually, my dad watched Scooby Doo. I think my mom might have watched Scooby Doo. My dad has. My mom mostly watched anime back in the 60s and 70s.
Really, like Speed
Really?
Racer and stuff.
What?
Yeah, my mom my mom remembers Astro Boy really well and Speed Racer.
Yeah, Speed.
Like,
My mom
Racer
watched.
was my mom's favorite.
My mom. That was one of her favorites too. Is Speed Racer.
Yeah, which kind of surprised the heck out of me, knowing because I'm not really that big on anime, but I have a lot of anime fans.
Astro Boy's really good. Astro Boy is really great.
Yes, I saw the. Did you see the CGI animated film that came out like in 2009?
I have not.
It is really good. It's an underrated movie. It's really good.
I'm definitely going to have to check it out. So, JD, closing thoughts. I know you kind of came in a little late, but what are your closing thoughts here?
My closing thought is Scooby-Doo is one of the best cartoons, and I hope that they continue it for the future generation, and they don't botch it.
Jumpman, how'd you feel about today's podcast?
Well, now I feel like we need to do a whole podcast specifically on Scooby-Doo.
We're going to have to do that at some point.
Oh, at some point.
Closing thoughts.
Yep. Let's hear. What was it? TV shows based on movies, and then the turn into movies based on TV shows.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we had TV shows based off movies, then movies based. So things based off of stuff, based off of other things. So look, guys, this has been the Void Playground. TheVoid.gg. If you want to go check out our merch, if you want to go check out our Discord server, we're all in there. Hit up the Void 3 if you want to play some Mario Kart with us. But other than that, yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day, okay?
And get trapped into the void.
And get trapped into the void. This is the Void Playground. Peace.